Your East Texas Forecast First is brought to you by Roberts & Roberts, attorneys at law.
The rain they had earlier in Tampa Bay really let up for tonight, making it for a very muggy evening there in the Bay Area for the Cowboy-Buccaneer game. Things should remain quiet for them, and things are also quiet for us here at home. A starry night outside, and we have many temperatures down in the 60s already, even some low 60s. Yeah, we're heading into the 50s to begin your Friday morning. More sunshine up ahead. We've got a hot afternoon tomorrow. Highs in the lower to the mid-90s. The news starts right now.
Local, experienced, trusted. This is KETK News after the game.
Hi, folks, and good evening. I'm Neil Barton.
And I'm Sarah Lakray. Thank you very much for joining us for KETK News after the game. Well, the NFL kicked off its season tonight with the boys and the Bucs. What a game. And at the same time, an East Texas teenager is balancing schoolwork, filming football, and also battling tumors.
KETK's Frank Jefferson says there's some things bigger than diamond-studded Super Bowl rings in this exclusive After the Game special.
Caden Bledsoe was a 9th grader at Gilmer High School. He films the Buckeyes football games and practices. At first glance, you might not be able to tell, but Caden is going through more adversity than the average high school student.
I have 3 brain tumors in the brain and several down my spine.
Back in 2018, after enduring 4 months of severe migraines, doctors at Children's Hospital in Dallas diagnosed Caden with several tumors. Although benign, for Caden, this is a daily battle.
When you run into people that are going through things like this, it makes us have perspective, and we can be thankful for the things we're given, and we can rally around those who are having to fight through difficult times.
One of the things that takes Caden's mind off of the pain is filming for the football team.
It's just a way for me to be part of the team without being able to play football.
His hard work doesn't go unnoticed.
Honestly, I think he brings us good luck, especially for this year, after coming back from last year, and honestly, I think he's pretty much our lucky charm.
Everybody just compliments me on how good I film up there, you know, and it just feels nice to be appreciated.
Head coach Alan Metzel says his first time meeting Caden brought him to tears.
No sense of griping, no sense of feeling sorry for himself, and it about broke me down.
Caden has had an impact on Coach Metzel, his staff, and the players. And Caden says his source of strength for being so positive is his mom.
When I'm freaking out and crying, she's also freaking out and crying with me. I'm never alone when she's around. You know, she's just all-time support, you know.
Caden says his family will work together to get rid of the tumors.
I'm really determined to kill these things and just get it all over with, you know. I pray to God every night that it just leaves my body.
Until that day comes, Caden says he plans to continue filming football and keep having faith.
In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
That God will bring him through. Frank Jefferson, KETK News.
What a great story right there. Well, the NFL season kicked off tonight in Tampa Bay, and the Dallas Cowboys got to play on the big stage.
It was so close.
Oh, it was
so
crazy.
Close. You should have heard the studio here. Anyway, KETK Sports Director Garrett Sanders joins us live in studio right now to give us some game time analysis. Garrett.
Yeah, Neil, Sarah, the Cowboys were one of the biggest underdogs coming into week 1, but they battled all night, and it came down to the wire in Tampa. Dak Prescott led the Cowboys into field goal range, down by 2. Greg Zuerlein struggled all night, but for 48 yards out, puts it up and puts it through to give the Cowboys the lead. Dallas goes up by 1, but still too much time left for Tom Brady and those Buccaneers, and Brady leads his team down the field, setting up Ryan Succop, and Succop drills this from 36 yards out. Tampa survives. Gut punch for the Cowboys. They lose 31-29, but what a fight by America's team in week 1. Tough ending for the boys, but no matter win or lose, the Cowboys will always have a fan down in Henderson. She's 78 years old, bleeds silver and blue. David Gibson introduced us to the Cowboy Lady of East Texas.
I will always be a Cowboy fan and a Cowboy cheerleader.
This is Archie Whitaker. Many people in East Texas affectionately know her as the Cowboy Lady from Henderson.
that somebody knew that I was a diehard Cowboy fan. Okay. Jesus is my hero, but the Cowboys is my team.
This tin can full of popcorn, giving out the first ever Cowboys game, launched Miss Archie's massive collection.
Because I had so much Cowboy stuff, and it was either a Cowboy room or a Cowboy house. I had so much stuff, and I wanted it where I could just sit and look at it.
Miss Archie started Indeed, collecting so much stuff that she doesn't even know how many items are in her Cowboy room.
I can't count that high.
Archie says most of her items come from thrift stores like Goodwill or garage sales, but she adds most importantly, people always pay it forward.
But when I walk in and I find stuff at Goodwill, that's what I go to Goodwill for. I hit Goodwill, garage sales, and then here in Henderson, everybody knows. I'm known as the Cowboy Lady. So I have a lot of stuff people will bring by and give to me. And some of the people at the secondhand stores, if Cowboy stuff come in, they'll put it back and call me.
Miss Archie has a blast from the past with some great pieces. Here are a few of her prized possessions.
Be my Cowboy table. You take the top off, it says Dallas Cowboys. There's a glass, and then there's Texas Stadium. I have a photograph of Tony Dorsett on his signing day. May the 3rd, 1977. That's one of my prized possessions, because that's something that won't be redone.
She believes this room will signify her allegiance to America's team.
You know, you have to be true and faithful to some things in life. And if you are a Cowboy fan, then people should know that you are a Cowboy fan.
One thing is for certain and two things are for sure. Miss Archie Whitaker will be rooting for her Cowboys this season.
Being a Cowboy fan is an emotional experience. When they win, it's good. They're my Cowboys. And then when they start losing, I still love them, but they become my Cowgirls. But I'm a Cowboy fan, win, lose, or whatever.
Reporting in Henderson, David Gibson, KETK Sports.
What an awesome lady and an amazing story. We're going to have more on the Cowboys and Bucks game later on in sports. Neil, Sarah, back to you.
Well, that woman is my hero. Well, despite the results of tonight's matchup, the Dallas Cowboys missing their Pro Bowl offensive lineman Zach Martin after testing positive for COVID-19. And with the first game of the season officially finished, questions about how the NFL will tackle the rest of the season during a pandemic continue. The league is requiring weekly testing for vaccinated players and staff and daily testing for the unvaccinated and partially vaccinated. Players who are not fully vaccinated will not be required to wear masks at outdoor practices, though face coverings are still mandatory indoors. Fully vaccinated individuals will not be designated as high-risk close contacts. Therefore, the only players at risk of missing games without a positive test are the unvaccinated.
It's just a test today. It's certainly not his first test, but test one, and then, but that's the protocol.
Now, although there were rumors surrounding quarterback Cam Newton after he was released from the New England Patriots, Coach Belichick clarifying he was not released due to his vaccination status. And here in East Texas, the Delta variant continues to be the dominant strain at the moment. Almost 6,000 people have been diagnosed with COVID-19 in Smith County, while over in Gregg County, they are reporting about 3,100 cases. Down in Deep East Texas, Angelina County has about 1,400 active cases and more than 600 people in Nacogdoches County. To follow the current case count where you live, just head on over to our website. That's KETK.com.
And during COVID, some businesses, no matter what they sell or supply, are reporting shortages. It's been said other companies are raising their prices just to make payroll. KETK's Madison Herbert has more on why you may be spending more soon at your local grocery store.
Consumers have seen an increase in prices over the last year for several reasons. COVID-19 has infamously been the leading cause, but now a dreaded drought up north is affecting the cost of our products here in East Texas.
Many of those crops are not irrigated, and so you rely on rainfall. So when you're in a drought, yields decline, and so our production of those declines.
That's right. The grocery store is now another place where you can expect to spend more money. Dr. Anderson adds that we live in a national market, and right now, specific kinds of wheat and barley are a hot but pricey commodity.
It's just because we don't happen to grow those here that we'll all face those higher prices from tighter supplies of those crops.
A Tyler resident and mother of 3 boys, Bridget McCurdy is used to spending hundreds of dollars a month on groceries. And she says that if she isn't seeing an increase in prices, she's facing them not having the product at all.
Actually do a lot of online shopping and do grocery pickup, and I've noticed a lot of things being out of stock that I usually order.
But wheat products aren't the only things missing from shelves or costing more than they normally would.
I've noticed that there's a lot of shortage in meat products, specifically things like turkey and chicken, which we eat a lot of in our house.
Dr. Anderson says because of the drought, they have a low amount of crop available that they are having to sell at top prices.
If next year's growing conditions are better, then we'd end up with a larger crop and then lower prices because of it.
Adding that we will have to wait until the next growing season to see if the prices will stay. Madison Herber, KETK News.
Things have caused the increase in prices also like labor and material shortages, but without the proper balance of sunshine and rain that Tom Marcus talks about, you know what, the products can be turned into something that you put on the shelf and last for like 3 months.
All right, all good things to keep in mind. Coming up after the break, the untold stories of 9/11. Our Smith County Sheriff recalls the tragic day he was called to the Pentagon.
And later on tonight, new safety equipment for firefighters. How this new gear will help our first responders in the field.
And we had a lot of sunshine with low humidity today in East Texas, and temperatures are going to be chilly in the morning. We'll show you the lows and when we expect rain to return next.